We're at cruising altitude, cruising space altitude.
Very good, crewman Luke, crewman Peter. What's our comedy level at?
I'm Skipper Peter. Comedy levels are at 20%.
Very good, Skipper Peter.
It's actually a critical level. So,
crewman, Petty Officer Luke. What's our subscriber count?
Subscriber count is up by 2 this week, sir. Doop 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 doop. We're in the triple digits.
Skipper Peter, any comments from the previous podcast that we should address?
let me adjust this antenna real quick.
Yep.
So we can get the metachlorian data into the ship.
Just following protocol.
It's
I've got
the way
6 green buttons.
The way you sit is causing a disturbance on the ship.
I see the crew has become unsatisfied with their captain and how he sits.
Yeah, they're making caricatures of you in the weekly Space Cadet comic section of you. So,
are these characters racist?
they're overly sexualized, but like in a bad way.
Oh.
So,
Overly sexual levels.
What are this?
Are inappropriate.
Ensign Luke, what are the sexual levels?
We're in the red.
Are they off the charts?
That we're which
they're definitely off the charts, but
down the on the bottom.
On the bottom end.
Yeah.
So,
what's that flashing red light? Does that mean the sexual levels are too high?
Holy shit. All right. If we have any further if it gets any sexier in here.
All right. See, the important thing to do in sexy situations like this is to remain calm. Don't panic. All right. Okay. All right. The power has gone out. That is admittedly a bit alarming.
yeah, I had to divert the powers into
smart thinking.
the karaoke system.
Yeah. It got too sexually intense in the cabin, sir.
You know, it can read the tension. The tension was like it blew a fuse.
Sailor Luke, can we get a location on Private Cade?
Yeah, we
Where
should.
Is he?
I'll attempt to communicate, and hopefully we can get rescue in the next I don't know hour.
Oh, okay, that'd be all right.
That'd actually be great.
Yeah, that'd be really convenient. That's actually just enough time for us to, I think, kind of fit in it.
Yeah.
We can talk about some.
It's kind of like
we can address some of our crewmen's.
It's like an employee review.
I
guess we can just we can relax. None of these, all my buttons are. None of
your buttons aren't doing shit.
So, we may as well
my buttons aren't doing anything.
Yeah, I'm still on the training program, so really, all the readings
his buttons don't actually even do anything.
No, it's like a kid's story.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, how's everyone doing today?
Well, frankly, I'm doing good. But that said, I do need to address what was brought up in a previous comment. And that is that I apparently sit very strangely. And I can try to replicate how I was sitting in that previous video. Which admittedly I was sitting kind of in a strange way. I think I was like sitting
like this.
I was
kind of like this. It's
That
almost
looks
like
pretty
you're
normal.
sitting on your hand.
Oh, was I sitting on my hand?
Well, almost. You were just like hard. You had your palm down on the chair.
Well, I thought what was funny was that he specified that it was up till 3 minutes and 50 seconds, which was actually very observant. Because
I had to stand out probably.
I checked and I was like, you actually literally could see a clear like posture change after 3 minutes 50 seconds. So,
I think it's like the handles are your downfall.
Well, it wasn't on this chair actually. It was on one of these.
Boys.
Do you want to take the captain's chair for a second while I demonstrate?
No.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, sure.
No.
No, I don't want to do that job.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, I think I was sitting.
Yeah, make it.
I had to.
Yeah.
All I know is I kind of was at a weird angle like this. You know, I think I was.
Anyway, one of our commenters noticed it and
left a scathing review.
Yeah. I mean, in an hour and 40-minute podcast, he only had notes about your posture.
Right.
I probably disgusted him. Like if I would have turned off the video.
I should thank him because he wasn't out there for blood, you know. He started off by saying that he enjoyed my fit, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
It was
okay,
a nice
so
way to kind of ease into the criticisms.
Yeah. What is that called when it's like a spoonful of sugar?
Yeah,
helps the
spoonful of
medicine
sugar
go
keeps
down.
the doctor
It's Mary
away.
Poppins.
Yeah. I believe that's how it went.
Yeah.
Do you want this captain's chair back? I mean, I gotta say it's
You seem like
your chair.
You seem like you're enjoying it.
All right. I
You
mean,
can have
okay.
it.
I
don't
mean,
even fucking like the job, man. Fucking sucks.
Pete didn't even get offered the chair.
I would have taken it.
Pete's still on the training program. Frankly, being the captain fucking sucks, man. Fucking blows.
It's a lot of work.
You literally have to, you just fucking sit around. You don't even do shit. Like, they always have, some stupid rule that, you're not allowed to, leave you can't even leave the chair half the time. Because they're like, oh, you got to be ready to bark at people, you know?
Yeah, like sometimes a private, or a corporal fucks up and you got to go, Corporal!
Yeah.
Or you got to say, Private!
Yeah, I mean, half of the job of being a captain is you just gotta be good at saying,
just repeating what other people say to the crowd.
Yeah, basically.
Sir, we gotta divert to shields. Divert to shield.
Right.
Well, then go ahead.
I feel like DJ Khaled.
Thanks for asking.
Would be pretty good at it.
Yeah.
He's good at just repeating what people say.
Let's go golfing.
Yeah, another one.
Let's go golfing.
Bring me the ocean.
What is this?
What's your favorite DJ Khaled clip?
Does any of this do? There's a lot. I actually love a lot of them. I saw one yesterday. Is one where he's in a golf cart and he gets stuck in a sand trap, and he's his tires are just spinning, and then he just brute forces it and rolls away. And he pulls up to the camera and he's like, "We stay winning." And
hell yeah!
I was when he's on his jet ski. Whenever I see him on a jet ski, I'm like, "This is gonna be a good video."
Yeah, no, he's always up to something nasty.
I don't want to date myself to you guys, in age.
I don't want to date you guys.
I don't want to date you guys, but as toy I used to have as a kid, it is to me the toy version of a DJ Khaled. I think they were called hit clips. Ever?
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Imagine an MP3 player for a kid, but you'd get little cartridges that would have a minute of a song on it. And you would put them in and it would play a minute of the song, and that's the whole entire hit clip. Or they would have phrases. I remember I had some Simpsons catchphrases. I had a Backstreet Boy song. Yeah, exactly. I crumble. Eat my shorts. It'd be stuff like that.
10 minutes
the Big Bang Theory.
I had a Smash Mouth song. But I feel like that's the toy. If they made a DJ Khaled toy, it'd be little chips you would buy in mystery packs.
Yeah.
And you would put it inside the DJ Khaled toy, and it would be let's go golfing. And that's all I would say. Bring me the ocean.
Let's go golfing. Another one.
So, people don't give hit clips credit. I had one that was a race car, and the car also you could roll it around.
Just your levels.
Oh.
Well, it is kind of amazing that there was never a more popular toy that kind of capitalized on the soundboard thing like that, or the soundbite thing, because nowadays that's probably one of the funniest things ever. It's just oh, what if we take a normal video and just put a random sound effect.
Vine boom.
I feel like you turn it into the mics. You ever see the toy
Any
mics?
sound from SpongeBob.
You could the mics have a bunch of. I remember. I think maybe 5 years ago, whenever the last big Star Wars movie came out in the trilogy, they came out with these lightsabers, and you would talk into it, and when you would swing the lightsaber, it would instead of going wah wah, it would be like hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, with your voice.
That sounds like a devilish idea.
Oh, when you would swing them
If
in the
I
store,
was a
let me
parent,
tell you,
I would never buy that for my child. There
Oh,
is
they
no universe.
they didn't. I'm
I-
pretty sure
I
they didn't
mean-
sell one. They got taken down pretty quick. This might shock you. People would say very racist
I'm shocked.
phrases into the lightsaber.
Literally weaponized.
Yeah, it's weaponized racism.
or is it, or the race?
That's like the
Bro-
last like
racist
big.
language.
Bro got the Kylo Ren lightsaber from Black Klansman. That's awful. I can't believe that. I mean, that's so funny that they thought that was a good idea. Like that. I mean, if you're ever making a product where you're giving someone the opportunity, especially like someone who's 16.
Not even. It's just like when you go into the store. It's like it has a giant like arrow. It says "Try me." Like you're just giving people to.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy it. It's just like just try it in the store, and then like some kid's gonna be like, "I want a lightsaber, Dad." He's gonna be okay. He's gonna hand it to him. As he's handing it to him, it's gonna say like,
Just.
"I
yeah.
hate all black people" or something, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But
or
not. It's the other word for black people.
Yeah.
Right.
So
African Americans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bob.
Yeah. Yo, mama.
Well,
mama.
it's interesting, Pete, that because you know a lot about toys. I feel like
Hey, dabble.
you are a toy. You are
kind
a
of
collector.
you're kind of like the toy master from
yeah.
Spy Kids 3D.
You are kind of like the toy master from Spy Kids 3D. Do you?
You're
what
a little less evil.
I'm like on the opposite side of the spectrum. Like I don't have anything that I don't use like consistently. So
I don't have anything that I don't use for either money or sex.
Yeah, that's it. If it's not making me money or sucking me off, I'm rid of it.
You're
so
not buying the right toys.
I'm curious what aspect of like of collecting is like appealing to you. Like, do you just like looking at them, or
Yeah, I mean,
you like buying them? Just the purchasing.
I like seeing
Just
my
a
bank
rush.
account go down. You know, a lot of people like seeing their bank account go up. I'm the opposite. I like to see them go down. No, I don't know. I think it's
It's way
cool to
easier.
have like if you like something enough, you can get like a physical representation of it and like
Sure.
just chill on your shelf.
Very true.
Probably like right when I started college was like when I was like I had a problem. Like I would just buy fucking
Right.
anything. Like,
Oh my god.
people online would be like, "Yo, these fucking, I don't know, Indiana Jones action figures coming out now. Gotta buy them all." I'd be like, "Fuck it. I've seen 2 Indiana Jones movies. I better buy them because everyone else is." But over time, I've sold all that, and I kind of just buy stuff where it's like, that's cool. It's unique. Some of them are.
Holy shit.
Like I used to buy like every single Star Wars figure that would come out.
Blue Smurfberry Oreos
Exactly.
from 1973.
Yo, they're doing the Pokemon Oreos. Gotta collect them all. Gotta get that secret rare 1 in 12 cases.
Yeah.
New
Hell yeah.
Oreo.
You
That's
got
a
it.
real
Print
thing.
the Pokemon on the cookie.
Yeah, so yeah, they print them on the cookie.
It's actually a
then
really good idea.
There was like a random one that was, I think if you got a Mew, it was like vanilla flavored in it, and that was like 1 in every like 5 like Oreos you would buy, you would have a chance of getting a Mew. Which I was like, that's cool,
It's
but
actually
also,
pretty brilliant.
but yeah, people went crazy. People just sell the Mew and people would buy them. Like, but also it's a fucking
So would you
cookie.
not eat them? Like
That's what I'm saying. Like, when people just like nodding, like, oh, I got the Mew. I got less value
Yeah.
now because I'm getting one less cookie because I gotta fucking save it.
Yeah, that's very true. I wouldn't want to eat it really. And then
don't-
if I did eat it, then I'd be like, I may as well have just gotten normal Oreos.
Yeah, they have like a Mario cookie now. I think they're doing something that's like the Mario. It might be like if you get like a golden block, that's like a 1 in 5.
1 in 5
boxes.
Oreo packs.
Yeah, I don't think the Pokemon one's up. I know they're the Mario one. 'Cause some
And
of
it
them.
tastes like brick
Yeah, but
and overalls.
The edible Pokemon cards seem like they missed out on an opportunity with. Do you remember when Pop Tarts was doing like Pop Tarts had a random phase where they would just print things on the Pop Tart?
yeah, they had
Yeah,
Pokemon
icing.
ones.
The
They did?
classic.
Like they should have done. They may have done this, but they should have done
But
like
they
just
were
a
printed
full
on
ass
it.
card,
But they
like
had-
a
that
full
would've
ass
been cool.
Pokemon.
It wasn't like,
the
from
Magic
what
the
I know
Gathering
about
card.
them, they weren't. No, that's too. The kids don't like Magic. Adults don't even like Magic. Only
Yeah.
fat nerds like Magic.
Oh
That's
my
also
God.
people who eat Pop Tarts.
No, I think the
Just
Pokemon
goof,
one's
yeah.
pretty funny. But no, they did like Pokemon one that I remember, but they were just like a special frosting. I think they had like special like sprinkles on it, from what I recall.
Well, a lot of people, you guys might actually be too young, but when Spider-Man 2 came out,
No,
the
I know
Tobey
about the
Maguire one,
Spider-Man 2
there's
stuff.
the iconic Spider-Man Pop-Tart.
I
And
believe-
people regard that as like the best flavor ever to be discontinued.
Me and Ben talked about this.
Yes, I actually do know that
like,
flavor.
right when last week when I was here, I was telling Ben about the Spider-Man 2 food stuff and how it was like my first food craze. I would get all the Spider-Man 2 branded food.
Damn.
I remember like the cereals. If you got the cereal, you'd get like a little web shooter, but it would squirt water out.
Yeah, I
And
had
they
a friend who had that.
They had Lunchables, where the gimmick was each Lunchable had a card, and you'd get a little holographic thing, or like a little like red thing, and if you put it on your eye, you could see like secrets in the card. So
The gimmick was that in the fourth pouch in the fourth little pocket, there was just a live spider.
yeah,
And
then
it
it's
could kill you.
Yeah.
it'd bite you, and it would tell you it would give you powers, but it actually just gave you.
It was
a very
clearly just a
rare
n-
disease.
It was
Give
clearly
you
just a normal
radiation
spider
poisoning.
that they painted blue and red.
More companies
So it's
should-
pissed off when
It's
you
fucking
when
mad.
you let it out.
That's a fucking Black Widow.
wrong movie.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't know that.
There's
It's just a fucking force
when
of
I was a
nature.
kid, really, my house was not a place for toys or candy. My parents were like,
You fucking live like that sounds like the fucking
Bangladesh.
like that. That
Yeah, I
sounds like the
lived in-
plot of like
I was like Charlie Bucket.
Yeah,
Lived
No,
just 40 people
well,
inside
no,
of a
it's-
one-room house.
We could afford toys. It's just they wouldn't buy anything. I think the first time, and this is honestly, I get this now that I'm an adult. Probably the first time that my parents bought a toy that I can remember. Do you remember those like Robo Dogs?
Yeah,
So
I had the dinosaur.
we got a Robo Dog for my older sister. I think she got it for Christmas one year. And she played with that thing for like maybe a day, right? And then she never touched it again. And so after that, my parents were like, fuck this shit. I'm not going to buy them toys, $40 toy that they're going to play with for one day. Like, fuck no. And then so after that, it's like we would occasionally get like something adjacent to like a toy.
Like a Lego set.
No, they didn't buy us Legos.
Damn, I feel like Lego's like
I didn't
one
really
where it's
ask
like
though.
it has more than one. Like if you get bored of it, you break it and then just build.
But if I got my fucking kid a toy, like a $60 toy, and they played with it for like 5 seconds and then started watching, Jimmy Neutron,
Started watching porn.
I would be like, why the fuck did I get you the toy? You could have just turned Jimmy Neutron on slightly sooner.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, my parents wouldn't get me like. I had the toy dinosaur, I remember, but I was too stupid to know how to use it. But that was the only like electronic expensive toy I ever had. My parents would usually just get me like action figures. Because it's like, they're not, like, I remember one Christmas I got like, I think my dad went on eBay and bought me like, this is like when Star Wars figures were dirt fucking cheap. He bought me like 100 Star Wars figures for like maybe like $100.
Jesus.
He
That
was
sounds
like,
like the start of your
Here you
addiction.
go.
Yeah, that's
No, because
that's
I
like
remember,
Pete
I remember
Origins.
specifically I sold them all, and I very much regret because I know now, and in front of me I remember I had some extremely rare ones that I sold all of them for like $2 for a quarter at a garage sale. And some fat fucking dude came up like, "I'll give you $10 for all of them." I was like, "Okay."
$10? Hell yeah. That's like infinite when you're a kid.
I know. I remember I got it, and then I bought a Yu-Gi-Oh action figure at Target that I didn't have enough money for, so my dad covered the other $10.
That's a classic kid with money story. Like when I first got an allowance, I saved up for like 2 months and I wound up with $40. Right? And I was like, oh baby, I'm gonna fucking cook with this shit. And I went to buy I was into this Star Wars board game at the time.
The one that had like the figure on the stand.
Yeah, it was called Star Wars Miniatures or something.
I had a couple of those, yeah, and it had like the number on it, you would spin it.
Yeah, which was like it was like a board game, so my parents were cool with me.
My parents thought those were the actual action figures, and I made it very clear that you got me the wrong one.
No, you're wrong.
No, they can't pose them.
Well, I went to the store to buy those, and I was like, oh my god, with $40, I mean, I might just buy this place out.
I might get a
and I
set.
was only able to afford 2 packs of 8 figures. And then my $40 was gone. And that really broke me up quite a bit. I was probably 13 or 14. And
I hit you when you were 13 or 14.
What?
The concept of $40 hit you when you were 14 years old.
Yeah. I didn't have money before then. They didn't start giving me allowance till I was a teenager. So where was I going to get money before then?
Like birthday cards and Christmas cards and
mostly got gift cards. If I got money more than like $50 for Christmas or my birthday, that my parents would put it in my college fund.
I don't touch my fucking money. Put them in the old folks home.
Fucking slapping
Go, hey!
Check out of
do
your
you want
dad's
to go
hand.
to the nursing home when you're older, or do you want to stay in this house? Because either way, you're still going to end up in the fucking nursing home.
So do you want someone taking care of you?
Because I want to tell you, at the end of the day, it's not going to be me.
You shouldn't have let me open the card, dickhead. When did you learn about money, Ben?
I didn't really get an allowance.
I never did either.
So
privileged.
I think I'd get
but the thing is, like, it was kind of where I didn't get allowance. I mean, it was the same thing. It was just like my parents would just occasionally get me something.
Yeah.
If we were out shopping and we like went to Toys R Us and I was like, oh, $10 Lego set.
That's how it was for me, kind of.
And it was like, all right, it's been a month.
It's been a few weeks. I can get
you can have a treat.
Had a little treat.
Your grades have been up.
That's kind of how it worked. But money was still never really like a concept because, like, I don't know. What was I having to fucking pay for?
Yeah.
I don't think I really even thought about money until I was like 16. Yeah. Or I guess like 15.
I was going to say, for me, it'd be like my parents would be like, go pick something out. It'd be like in my head, like the concept of money was like not there. Like I would know like the big Lego set would say like, that's like a big one. That's like a Christmas or birthday present.
Yeah,
the $10 Clone Trooper Battle Pack, fucking buy them every time I go. I'll be like, I want that. And like, $10. I was gonna give you $20. Yeah,
that's the thing. It's
like
I remember I would get like the Lego catalogs.
Or I'd get like a pack of Pokemon cards.
Yeah. I would get like the Lego catalogs as a kid, and I'd always like go through them and circle the things I wanted. And of course, I'd fucking circle everything in the catalog because I wanted it all.
That's a classic.
But at that point, it wasn't like, all right, how am I gonna save up enough money for this? It was more like, all right, how am I gonna ration out my Christmas gifts and birthday gifts to amass this entire collection of Legos?
Yes.
For me, I'm always the wheeler and dealer. I feel like when it comes to stuff, I remember I used to go to like a summer camp daycare type of thing, and all the boys would be there, and the Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or Lego. And I would bring all those. I'd be like, all right, guys, shop is open. I'd be like, I'm going to scam the fuck out of you people to get what I want. I'd be trading like 2 Clone Trooper minifigures for like a $50 Lego set.
Oh my God. This guy was and he was 9 years old at the time.
Fucking people.
I remember specifically
wool over people's eyes.
when baseball cards are popular in that place. I bought like a couple packs of baseball cards. I'm like, all right, guys, listen, I have some rare stuff. This is pretty much a museum. I laid them all on a table. I'm like, all right, if you want to look at them, you got to let me pick out 2 cards I want. And they'd be like, man, that's a lot. I guess they got to be cool cards. And then I would just get 2 of their cards if they wanted to look at my cards.
You wouldn't make up that figure.
Guys, this guy's name is Calvin Johnson. He doesn't even play baseball. That's how crazy of a card it is.
The worst it's ever been.
Ben Wallace.
I think I've told this on. I fucking love Ben Wallace. I think I might have told this on a podcast
Pete,
before.
do you want to switch into the captain's chair?
Yeah, can we switch mics?
You get a promotion.
I don't think I don't think someone will reach to the captain's chair. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, okay.
Oh, mic change, I got promoted. I know that's like the wheel and dealing I would do.
Demoted again.
When I would wheel and deal. Is this reading?
Yeah, you're the top one. You're the top one, Pete.
Yeah, I'm just setting it.
You just.
Where am I? Oh, I'm in the
Hitting it
middle.
quite
You're
a
in the
lot.
middle. See, you get thrown
Ben,
off.
you're in the middle.
But yeah, kind of wheel and deal. I was talking about I just scammed Luke for a better chair. But no, I realized what I was saying that before Luke interrupted me. Well, I might have told this on the podcast before. I might have been in private. I specifically remember there's this one kid I was friends with in that camp, and he was like, "Man, I don't even want these Legos anymore." He had some pretty good stuff, and he was like, "I don't even want these anymore. My parents are getting a divorce. I just don't want these." I'm like, "Man, that sucks." And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What are you gonna do with them?" He's like, "I don't even care." I'm like,
Fucking care. I want to kill myself.
Can I have them? And he was like, "Yeah, I guess you can have them. I don't want them." I'm like, "Cool."
Bro,
So
you
I took
squeezed
this
this
guy's
kid.
Boba Fett figure. I remember specifically he had this Indiana Jones set where it was like the two Nazi trucks. That's what it was.
Yeah, they actually did make
Yeah.
Legos of
But I remember
that.
specifically my neighbor wanted that set so bad, and he was
the
like,
swastika
he was-
printed on it.
"They didn't have a swastika, but it was heavily implied they were Nazis."
That was insane.
Lego Nazis.
It's from like the third movie.
It's a new Nazis in Lego City.
I think they did make a Nazi Indiana Jones set. Though. It's like one of the fighter planes.
Like it's a set of just the bad guys.
No,
like there's no.
Yeah, it's like a little battle pack.
The Nazi trooper battle pack.
No, I remember anyways, the
no.
Nazi set. My neighbor wanted it really bad, so I got that, and I sold him the Nazi set for $150. And then I was like, man, my parents could be hella suspicious that I all of a sudden have $150. So I put it in one of my Lego bins, and I waited like a week. And one day I was like, no way, Mom, look, $150 I found in my Lego bin. I must have forgot. She was like, oh, wow. Why would
Dude,
you
what
forget
the
that?
fuck?
Yeah. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, is that really yours? I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay.
I would never have gotten away with that. My parents would be like strapping me to a chair and being like, "Where the fuck did you get that?"
Well, I played it up though. I had a backstory. Like I'm not just like, Mom, look what I got.
She bought it, fucking hook, line, and sinker.
Fucking bought it, hook, line, sinker, baby. No one's looking through my giant Lego bucket.
As a child, you stole from an emotionally vulnerable kid, and then you
That kid went home.
You
Came
lied
home
to
from
hide
that.
the money from your parents.
That kid went home the next day and he ate like dirty banana peels off the ground
He
with
walked.
nothing left in his life.
He walked
Yeah.
home. And his parents were like, "Listen, I'm not gonna say his name. We'll say his name's Zach. Zach, listen. Me and your mom have been talking about maybe getting back together. It's just first we gotta ask, where's the Lego set?" And he'd be like, "Oh no."
Yeah,
Zach
they're
comes home
like-
to his.
Yeah, they're like, we saw you, how excited, we remembered how excited you were to get that Lego set, and that reminded us why we're really together. And we would just love if
We saw you still played
we
with
take
it.
a-
and
yeah.
we loved it.
Where is that Lego set?
Where's that Lego set? Let's put it on the mantle.
Yeah, let's frame it,
And he was like,
and it'll be a family.
"Yeah, it'd be a family heirloom
heirloom.
to show the true love of our family." And he was like, "Listen, I gave it away."
I gave it away. I was heartbroken.
I was heartbroken. You guys won't see that.
It's actually a really sad story.
Well, now, we're still gonna get back together, but we're actually gonna adoption.
We're actually just divorcing you.
Divorcing you. from
We're
the family.
we're staying together and divorcing.
Just don't want you.
Hey, I still have the Boba Fett minifigure. It sits on my shelf. So
You still have the Nazi
no, I sold it
backpack?
to my neighbor for $150. You not listen to my story?
No, I was busy thinking about a theoretical commercial for the Lego Nazi Trooper Battle Pack. Be like,
You
Play as the villains from Indiana
the
Jones.
Führer is under attack in Lego Deutschland.
They've stolen the Ark of the Covenant.
I guarantee you,
Crafty bastards.
the Lego company will never sponsor us now. Aren't they all Dutch or Danish?
Yeah, I think they were invaded by the Nazis, actually.
Didn't sie Wanderwaffe to fend
Yeah.
off the Americans?
Hey,
Probably didn't put up much of a defense either.
No.
Yeah, toys are cool, you know.
Lego got dumped on.
buying. I've been buying some wrestling figures recently. It's been pretty fun. Kind of displayed throughout the living room. People, they seem to enjoy them as much as I do.
Mm-hmm.
Who are they?
Huh?
Who are they?
Where are these people?
Yeah, who are they?
Are they in the
Who
room
have you
with
been
us
having
right
in
now?
here?
And some of the other shipmates.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of like
That's
outweighs
right.
you guys. So it's like 2 of you might not like it, but then like 10 of them are like fucking
Well,
hyped.
Pete's getting
Right.
Pete's talking about our living room back home. On
No,
Earth.
no. I live by myself back home. I'm talking about the combination we share on the ship.
You're right.
You gotta yes and, man. You gotta fucking Ben's like serving it up and you're like, no, that's incorrect. That's not the lore.
Right.
No, that
You made it very specific. You wanted to have the overall theme be we're on a ship, and I'm like, all right, I'll make sure I stay on it this time, and I'm doing it, and you're the one taking me out of the world, you know.
God.
But in front of me, I was like, man, emptiness of space. Now I see.
Pete, you gotta be careful, bro. You're riding
Yes.
thin ice on this captain's chair.
Yeah, I know.
I'm technically still captain. I can still demote
Yeah,
you.
No,
Sure.
tyranny in this one. I played the Assassin's Creed DLC.
No, the badge
I
is
played
right
with
here.
the Nazi Lego set.
I played
with
the.
the
I know a
Nazi
thing
Lego
or two
set,
about tyranny.
And let me
I
tell you, I
played
built
with
the
the battle
alternate build. alternate
got
timeline,
creative.
baby. I remember, kind of back to the summer camp. It also has my neighbor. I sold the Nazi Lego set to. Maybe there's a correlation here. But it was kind of like you can bring a friend with you for free that day. They'd get them for free. So I brought my neighbor, and we were playing with the blocks. And he built a swastika out of the blocks. And the teacher came up to us going, "What are you guys building?" He was like, "Never build that again." He was like, "Why? It's history." Because
Yeah.
we were like 8, so it's like, you know, we're
Sheesh.
looking at I think my friend just got Call of Duty on the computer. And so
Right, so he's
so he
just
just built a swastika out of blocks. And
it's like that. He's like, that's a cool symbol. That's
Yeah, it's cool. It's Call of Duty symbol.
yeah, go.
Call of Duty
like,
Zombies.
like his teacher sees
That's
it and he's
before.
like, oh, from Call of Duty.
You guys play Call of Duty?
That's crazy. That's awesome. I just imagine an alternate universe where, say, like the Nazis won, right? And the Indiana Jones movies are actually about the little ratty German dude from Raiders of the Lost Ark, and he's the protagonist, and the movie is about him defeating a pesky American archaeologist, and that's the villain.
The new movie kind of like delves into that a
Ich
little
bin
bit.
Hermann Jonas.
How so?
Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it. No one saw it.
I know.
In the new movie, he dials in his destiny. so
Dials
that,
and he's
Destiny.
like,
so that
That's the name of it?
Yeah, it's called Indiana
called
Jones.
The
He
Dial of Destiny.
dials in his destiny.
Fucking stupid.
That was a joke. It's called the Dial of Destiny, but
Still a bad name.
yeah, it's kind of a corny name.
Should
I
be like
feel
Indiana
like it's
Jones
like they don't
dies.
have to be doing the like alliteration with it, you know.
Indiana Jones
It's
and
like
the
they-
Chamber of Secrets.
Like they should have called it if they wanted to really do like the 2 D's. It should have been like Indiana Jones and the dubious Dial of Destiny.
You know,
they
if
really
they-
should
Triple down.
They really should have
Right.
leaned into it more.
Yeah.
If they gave it to me, I would do a Futurama thing where it's like Indiana Jones is in like a pyramid and he's digging around and he falls into like a cryo chamber and he's stuck there for 785 years. And then he emerges and he's the only one that knows about old history. And so he just goes back to like the location scene there. He's like, oh my God, back in the day they used to have, I don't know, presidents on mountains. These are actually the
Instant coffee.
These people are actually the presidents on this mountain are actually the one that ruled America. And he'd be like, no way. Can they still talk? And he'd be like, yes.
That sounds like a good movie, Pete.
Yeah, I know. I got ideas. I got some stuff brewing up here. It's trademarked already, so don't take it.
I think my least favorite part of Dial of Destiny, and I haven't seen it, but my least favorite part is that Mutt isn't in it. That Shia LaBeouf doesn't.
Didn't he
Like,
hella
He got
canceled?
canceled.
yeah, but I mean, he's still Indiana Jones' son.
Yeah,
So
I
that was
liked
tough.
him in the other one.
I like Shia
what
LaBeouf.
what I think would have been the proper
like him.
sequel,
I
or
think
I don't like that whatever he did.
I don't know what he did, but I'm gonna tell you now. I
The
stand with Shia.
I think the proper sequel
That's
to
the right
Indiana
take.
Jones.
What'd he do?
I actually don't know what he did.
I actually
but
don't know.
Yeah, see, you're not standing with some, proven until proven guilty or some shit, right?
Yeah,
Guilty.
something like that.
Yep.
You're in the ball. You were
You-
like
the
you're in like the
ballpark.
neighboring ballpark.
You had some of the words in almost.
You were like
essentially
in
the
line
word.
to get in the ballpark.
Yeah.
You're still going through security.
You know what they should have done with this new Indiana Jones movie?
Just called
This-
it Mutt.
This Mutt Jones.
I honestly feel like if that movie did good, it'd get like the Star Wars treatment, where it'd be like,
They'd have the next one. There'd be 3 Indiana Joneses.
Yeah.
There'd be Harrison Ford, CG young Harrison Ford, and girl Harrison Ford, and there would be a multiverse, an Indiana Jones multiverse, and there would be a council of Indiana Joneses. I'm really frustrated with that particular
Crane.
thing. That thing.
They're like, oh, we need to have a
Where there's a multiverse
council.
and there's like a multiversal council of like one guy.
Okay,
Everything has done it now because there's like it happened in Spider-Verse, in fucking Doctor Strange, Rick and Morty.
I'll give Marvel, as much as I don't like Marvel movies
Morty.
and give a shit anymore about the superhero, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because that was the fucking comic books they're just writing. So it's like
Yeah,
those
fair
have been
enough.
around for like 25,
Yeah,
40
but
years. Rick
change
and
'em.
Morty, like other stuff are doing that now, and that's like when it's like.
Well, in this new Superman show, I've been given clips of this new Superman show, and they do that.
One?
They do it in that as
What?
well. Yeah, there's a bunch of Lois Lanes. There's a council of Lois Lanes,
I don't like that.
and I was like, we're not still doing this. We're there. Multiversal stuff has to completely end.
Yeah.
Like, it has to go the way of the time travel movie, right? Like, where there can maybe be one interesting one in like a decade. There's like Everything Everywhere can be like the good multiverse movie, and then like that's it.
Give it a rest.
Give it a rest.
I feel like in my head, Marvel did it first. They can fucking have it. But then like 2 other companies can try, and once they fail, other companies can be like, yeah.
There's the Flash multiverse too, where there's
the DC one. I mean, yeah, but they fucking dropped the ball on it so hard, or it's like the Sonic one's probably gonna be cool if that ever happens. I'll give them that.
They're just. I
There's
just
an
don't want
Assassin's
to.
Creed one, I think.
I just don't want to hear the word multiverse anymore on screen.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, I'm going to tune into season 3 of The Bear, and he's going to meet an alternate version of himself.
This one's a sushi shop.
Yeah, he's East Asian, and
This
he's
one
a sushi shop.
Asian fusion food. This one does Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
Here's a
The
taco
Bear,
shop
and he's
in
the
San
whale.
Antonio.
He's the whale.
Oh, that'd be cool, actually. That'd be actually cool. It's different animals.
Yeah. Or I'm going to, yeah. I just don't want to see it ever again anymore.
The whale.
Unless it's funny like that. I would do that.
It should do a multiverse, but there's only like 3 of them.
What do you mean, like 3 universes total?
No, there's infinite universes, and Chad, you're the one that rules them all. It's like, why? Like, yeah, let's go meet your other selves in the universe. Only like 3 show up.
Well,
kinda funny.
because they don't.
I'm just
Because there's
spitballing
only
ideas. I just feel like it'd be funny
Right.
if you're like just millions and only 3 appear.
Because like there's only 3 possible variations of this guy.
But they're all just like still you, and you're like, they're all like,
Yeah, and they're none of that. They're really not even that different.
yeah, they're all the same. They're like, why? There's millions, and there's only 3.
Yeah, like
the only difference
theoretically,
is that they
there's-
all learned how to ride a bike at a different age.
Yeah, theoretically, there'd be infinite versions of you who just like
And they're all different. They all
one
write
of them
differently.
stayed in bed a minute longer.
Like
Right.
one's left-handed, one's right-handed, one's ambidextrous, or whatever you call it.
Ambidextrous.
And then one can only write with their feet, but that one gets a pedicure all the time. So.
Those are pretty drastic differences.
Those are like what I think there's room for comedy in that, where it's like we need to find the universe where I fucking where I've learned how to suck myself off.
I just feel like it's like a Rick and Morty joke. Like
that is true.
Morty
that is
would
a
be
Rick and Morty joke.
Like the ones that would like rule the Mortys would be like,
I'm the Morty that.
Hey, I can give myself a blowjob. And they're like, what? And he does it in front of them, but it's like,
hey,
you
can
only
you
see the
teach
back
me
of it.
how to do that?
You only see the back of it because they're not going to show you the front. And they're all going like, oh, and Rick's like, whoa.
Right, but I also feel like what makes the Rick and Morty joke unfunny is the fact that it is Rick and Morty.
It's true.
Like,
okay, then fucking Family
as
Guy
I was
did
recently
if
watching
Family Guy did it, I'd laugh my
Family
ass
Guy
off.
would be funny for like Peter and he's like rolling around too fast.
And then he does his fall at the end.
Yeah, he falls off the like table he's on trying to do it.
See, that'd be funny. That's comedy right
yeah,
there.
but they
That's
don't do
good
that. It's too
stuff.
funny. They do like half of it and then be like, oh, you guys are.
It's too SJW now.
And then American Dad would do SJW.
Fucking. I watched a recent season of Rick and Morty. I hadn't seen it, and like the whole time I was watching it, I was actively thinking to myself,
I can't wait for Dustin to show up.
I can't wait.
I would think to myself, that was a funny idea, but I wouldn't laugh. And it really was like, I think just because it's Rick and Morty and it's because of what it's become, that even when it is funny, I just can't enjoy it at all, which is a shame.
Man.
I got to it went mainstream, and I'm like, alright, it's mainstream now. I'm not watching it.
I liked it until the jokes became too
Would you
high
like to pick a
IQ
Rick
for me.
episode?
There's also a lot of incest humor.
There's a lot of uncomfortable.
Cade was telling me that because he just watched a new season, and he was telling me that him and Summer have a kid.
They do. Morty and his sister have a child.
Like, why do you got to do that?
There's an episode all about how Jerry is cosmically destined to have sex with his mom, and he comes very close to doing that. There's an episode where Morty, Summer, and Rick all participate in the same orgy with a bunch of dragons. It's not really a genital touching orgy, but
what if they
it's implied to be intensely sexual.
Why do people like Rick and Morty?
Why don't you just write about something else? Why don't you?
It is occasionally genuinely really funny, but it's.
You're not selling me on it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's
Morty,
people like it.
Rick and Morty.
That's a real animated show, like Archer.
Yeah.
Archer. Shout outs to Archer and our friend who worked on the upcoming season.
You know Archer?
Shout out.
I know him personally.
Really?
I play Overwatch with the guy who works on Archer.
That's correct. Yeah.
I didn't like the season in Miami, so.
Doesn't Archer take place in like Portland or something?
No, it gets weird after a while. They lose
alternate universe.
Then they go. They lose. They don't become like an FBI agency anymore. And then they're like, all right, we got to go to the woods. That was like 2 seasons, and then they're like, now it's like Miami Vice. And then they got The Office back, and then.
Frankly, I've never watched an episode of Archer.
It's pretty good. I like it. It's pretty.
It's a funny show.
Like all the animated shows, that's probably the only one I very loosely keep up with. I watch like 2 seasons at a time. And South Park I keep up with. And Venture Bros, but that just ended.
No. Fuck. Shit my dick.
Can we get an ETA on a rescue thing here?
Well, let me check the
Are you bored?
The logs.
I mean,
It has not been an hour.
No.
Said that it was about to be an hour. They were about to come in an hour, so I'm just curious.
Communique, text.
It's been 25 minutes.
Captain text communique says we have about 15 minutes
That's
before.
It's pretty good though.
But rescue is imminent, so.
Ben, you were telling me about a video game you just played.
It was?
I don't fucking know, dude. FIFA.
This guy's playing FIFA.
I've been playing a lot of
Dude's been
FIFA.
playing
I've been playing FIFA like no one's business, dude.
They always peek in your room. I just see you sitting there with
FIFA's just one of those
fake
games
FIFA
that
2023 up because you keep changing all the jerseys to make them updated.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I play poor man's FIFA. I'm like, I'll never pay for the new game.
I'm reckon FIFA 2012 still.
I used to actually play this. There was like a competitor to FIFA at one point called like Pro Evolution Soccer. And they literally
still comes out.
Yeah, but it's not called that anymore. And I think they got rid of this feature, but you used to be able to like, even on console, you could plug a flash drive into your PS4 and just load all new jerseys onto every team. And mostly it was because they couldn't secure the licenses to any of the teams. So they were just like,
Smart,
we'll just let people do it themselves.
There was a baseball game I used to play like that on Xbox, but you couldn't upload your own jerseys. But it would have been pretty smart if you could.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, sports games are so, like, stupid because they're the same fucking game every year, obviously. All you pay for, like, literally all you pay for is, like, oh, I just want to see the new jersey.
They got a new sponsor. Sponsored by Shoe.
Badass.
Right.
By
and that's, like,
Skechers.
I get that with soccer games, but, like, when then, like, for example, like a basketball game. I'm going to be honest. I've had NBA 2K18 on my Nintendo Switch. And that is still the only basketball game I'll ever play.
I feel like
because basketball jerseys don't change.
So what's new other than I guess the roster?
I feel like the biggest sports game update had to be when the Cleveland Indians turned into the Cleveland Guardians.
That is true.
That had to be like that would be like the moment where you're like, all right, I've been rocking 2005 MLB The Show, time to upgrade.
Yeah.
That was such like one of the things that annoys me about like political discourse is like that people were blowing that up to be like such a big deal, right? Like Cleveland Indian fans who like didn't want the name to change.
I don't even because I have a good amount of family in Ohio who are like definitely people you would think would care that their society's making them change their name to Indians, but I don't think like any of them actually cared. They're like, yeah, I like the name Guardians.
Yeah, but there's like all this like discourse about
I feel
it.
Like it was people that were like
and like people on TV
in Ohio were bitching about it, but the people who were like, in Ohio were like, yeah, Guardians is a cool name.
And then it's like, yeah, and now they changed it, and everyone's like, oh, I guess it's actually I guess I actually don't care. Like,
yes.
It's like one of those issues where it's like no one, now that it's changed, it's not like there's anyone left who's like, we got to change it back. You know, it was like, get back to the old. No one who's going to get up and. There might be some guy who's going to wear his Indians jersey to the Guardians game.
People probably still wear like an
as
Indians
a
hat.
matter of a protest.
I wouldn't be shocked in like. Maybe they do it now, but like 10 years from now, maybe they do like throwback jerseys where it's like we're wearing the Indian jerseys.
I doubt it.
I don't think they'll do that.
Why? I mean, they have to because like I know like.
They do not have to.
No. Because a lot of baseball games have like themes, you know, like Star Wars night, and then they do like retro night where they wear old
Indian
jerseys.
Night.
Well, they wear old jerseys.
Never
gonna
wear that.
Wear a jersey from 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
maybe they won't
probably
wear a
do is
jersey at all.
I mean, they'll
be skins.
They'll probably do like
they'll be the Redskins. I like the Cleveland Indian mascot. I thought he was cool.
What they'd probably do is they'd probably like do a retro jersey, but they'd probably just keep the Guardians logo or something.
Yeah, maybe they would design like a retro Guardians one. Maybe they would design one that looked like it was like in the style of the 1970s.
I just feel like considering how much
go back
discourse went into
Why
the
forget?
original decision, they're not gonna bring that shit back.
They're never gonna bring that back. It was literally removed for like because people hated it. Like
they're
not gonna be like woo.
It's not like the Russian national soccer team doesn't have throwback jerseys for the USSR, you know?
Yeah, soccer teams don't do throwback jersey night, though.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
They actually do.
No, not in my country. No one gives a shit about soccer.
Well, they don't do throwback jersey nights, but they just usually will make like a throwback.
That's an interesting thought because you figure anybody who lost a war wouldn't do...
Their team's dumb.
Yeah, like they wouldn't do like a throwback, like because in the United States people do like Civil War reenactments, right, where they dress up as Confederate soldiers and fight, but it's like that wouldn't happen.
I know
in the
where you're going.
context
I
of,
think
like,
they do Vietnam ones.
there is no way they do Vietnam reenactments.
I'm pretty sure they do. Not like
How?
Not like you can. But you ever see that like
napalm?
Yeah,
you ever see like the
napalm
competitive like
the jungle,
like the airsoft ones where they like throw you into the woods for like a week?
What?
Yeah, they have like airsoft like retreats. And
Oh,
like,
okay.
But I'm pretty sure they
Airsoft
base them.
summer camp.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they base them off of like the Vietnam War.
All right, you guys are the Viet Cong.
Yeah.
That's so fucking weird. That is so fucking weird.
I haven't.
You are a freak if
seen
you
a
do that.
Vietnam one before, but I would believe that they.
I call Viet Cong.
I know people
give me the
definitely.
shovel, give me the shovel.
I know people
Guerrilla
definitely
tactics.
like reenact like Operation Desert
Dude.
Storm.
Yeah, people with Desert Storm too. Yeah.
That's so fucking weird. You are such a fucking weirdo if you do that. You go out into the jungle, like people get PT. The people that were actually there, like that was like one of the worst things that happened in the last century.
There's probably some veterans probably that are like fucking hyped. You're like, oh fuck yeah.
Some folks are going free for the field.
Those are the generals.
Yeah. It ain't me.
He was a line cook on the base. Now he's a general in a reenactment.
It's actually canon that every single soldier was listening to that song as they were flying.
It ain't me. Sir, can we change the radio, sir?
Yeah, sure. Change
Sir,
the
no,
next
sir.
station to the next
Some
song.
folks are on.
Or it's like Born Free.
Yeah, but any Civil War for whatever reason you can get away with or the Revolutionary War, I probably.
No one wants to fucking watch that.
People do it,
That's fucking lame.
and it doesn't feel that weird. And I think it's just because their weapons were
it's
so
not
lame
weird that
back
you're-
then.
It's so silly.
So you're
Yeah,
saying,
it's so lame.
So you're saying, yeah, but the context I think is worse. You're like,
What?
We're one side's the racist, the other side's not.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, I know it's not great. I'm not saying it's great, but it like makes sense to me because it's like they don't have assault rifles and fucking Agent Orange.
I feel like it's like partially
You just
because
get stabbed to death and left, and you
With a
left,
bayonet.
left to die.
And then you get eaten by a
Well, the
pig.
other thing is
Get
that,
eaten
like-
by like a bear.
when you're reenacting the Civil War, like I guess I don't know what's going through the heads of the people who are role playing the Confederates, but I assume they're doing it because it's like
I have an idea.
Oh, we're
Well,
remembering the fact that the
Ben, you're
Confederates
playing that,
lost.
States'
Weren't you-
rights.
Don't you play that one?
I
Civil
play
War
Hold
game?
Fast, but that's not a Civil War game.
Oh, they have like a Civil War game.
They have like a Civil War
Sim game.
mode,
Let me
maybe,
tell
but-
you, from the videos I've seen, the Confederates, whoa, they get racist.
Well,
in that chat.
people in Hold Fast also kind of get a little strange, I'll admit, but and that's just people like playing as the Italians versus the Austrians in that game, but
What side are you?
Yeah.
oh, I go Italy all day.
Wrong pick.
Well, but
Goes
because
to winner.
I think it's also because that's in a war that both sides were America. So it's like you can.
Right. Like, who's role playing the Viet Cong?
That's like exactly.
From IT.
Like who's
right.
Yeah,
Just
like
some
if you're
white
drawing
guy.
straws, who has to be who has to be building a mud bomb? Like,
I feel like more people would pick the Viet Cong. I feel like that would actually go to that. Would be like, I want the Viet Cong.
I don't know. I mean,
They want to be the winner.
I
you
mean,
know?
the thing is, you could go.
That's a good point, actually.
But I mean, the thing is, like, also, then another key thing is like that we didn't exactly like win the Vietnam
No,
War,
yeah.
so it's
we didn't
like,
exactly win.
Say we
lost.
Destroyed.
so it's like
was an L.
So
we don't
want to
remember it
understand
anyway.
people
American L.
reenacting the Civil. I was saying earlier, I can understand people doing the Civil War because it's like, oh, the Civil War ended in a positive outcome for the country, basically, where it was like, oh, we,
Right.
you know.
But you said people do the desert
Like
storm.
slaves were emancipated effectively by the outcome of the war.
Well, the only reason I'm stranged out by the Desert Storm one is because it's relatively recent.
So recent.
And
I'm
like
like-
a big part of it was people just bomb random cities.
Like,
where
all right,
it'd be nothing
what-
but-
yeah,
An
like-
Iraq War reenactor.
Like,
Oh, they're the Muslim
all right,
guys.
what if
Yeah,
you
it's gotta be where
guys-
Al-Qaeda's
Like, the thing is, it's like,
Yeah,
city.
why are you specifically doing
Stealth
Desert
drone
Storm?
strike.
What if you were just like, what if we just like
Who's drawn the straw
shot
to
each
be Osama bin Laden?
like, why do you got to make it motivated like that?
I want to be Bush. I want to be Osama.
Like, yeah. It's just like because the Civil War and the Revolutionary War, they seem so archaic. It's like you can reenact that. But
It's
any war of the
It's
last
like
century,
making jokes about the Titanic.
Yeah,
They're-
people do like medieval, like was it Boffer swords?
Yeah. I
yeah, you can do a medieval battle all day.
Yeah.
I feel
no,
like
I
that's
mean,
even worse.
I mean, yeah, those
Even
were
worse
brutal. Those were
than-
brutal wars. I mean,
Yeah,
they-
would you rather get shot or get your arm cut off? Back in like the
I feel like you're getting your
1300.
arms blown off in fucking World War II.
but you'd be dead. You get your arm cut off. You're laying on the battlefield, bleeding out to death with fucking 100 other bodies around you.
Well, you die in, glorious combat.
Get a horse trampling you.
You're not just hit by a stray bullet. Feels less lame, I think.
I mean, Actually, I didn't even think about World War II reenactors. I mean, that's a whole nother.
Yeah, that too. Who's doing the
I mean,
the guy?
you're-
Someone's got to be the
No one's
Nazi.
getting in the Nazi uniform, bro. No one's doing that.
That's not America versus America. That's
Yeah,
America
But
versus
somehow I
Nazi.
think people are.
Oh, 100%.
I mean,
People are ecstatic.
I mean, I guess they, they
I
make
mean, there's
movies
people out
about
there who are
Nazis all the
collecting that
time.
shit. So
In a
Yeah,
way, that's
indie.
like reenacting.
I remember there was a thrift shop by me, not a thrift shop, like a antique store, and they had Nazi like memorabilia in there from the war.
yeah,
Taika
I mean, it's
Waititi.
out there.
Taika Waititi did it.
He did Nazi face.
He was Hitler in fucking Glorious Bastards. He did it too.
Yeah. Anyone who's portrayed Hitler. Charlie Chaplin.
Right, but they were getting a bag for that. These guys playing.
For the
They're
love
just doing
of
it
the
for
game.
fun
Love of the
because they
game.
want to
Yeah, they're
pretend that
doing
they
it.
were there.
That's what I'm saying. Vietnam's not that weird to do a reenact. People they do World War II ones.
Well, yeah, but I mean, again, though, it still
so
is like it.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying people do it. It's like
Right.
common.
I guess I can
Well,
understand
they should
though
fucking stop.
that you're like, oh, this was. I mean, World War II. I wouldn't say it was a very positive outcome, but
I think World War II
mean,
would be worse than.
it was the
Vietnam.
best. It was the better outcome.
sure,
we
there
won.
surely could have been a worse outcome, but. I mean, that does raise the question of like, just like, what
There's
are you
worse
guys
outcome.
like? What are you guys as reenactors? What are you trying to?
What are you
what
doing when
are
you're
you
not
getting out of
reenacting?
this?
Like, are you practicing in your like
Yeah.
backyard?
Like, yeah, history can be interesting without doing all that. You could
Right.
read about it. You could watch a movie.
Well, and again, like you can. I'm not knocking like, people who want to play airsoft. I'm not even knocking people who want to play airsoft with specifically World War II guns. It's just, why do you got to be like, all right, I'm gonna be, officer whoever of the German SS.
I mean, you play Call of Duty and you're the Nazis or the Vietnam.
That's true. I get. Yeah, it's true.
That is a good
that's
point.
point.
You do
I
when
mean,
you play a
Counter.
game.
You play Counter-Strike and Terrorist is the better side.
But
so.
there's just that barrier of
Yep.
it being a
Gotta get the AK, it's the
computer
best game.
game. And it's not like a person taking the time out of their Tuesday to,
not how I play.
get up dressed up in it.
Right.
I don't know. I guess it kind of is the same thing.
I mean, I feel like I understand the desire to I mean, at the end of the day, they're LARPing. They're just LARPers with history, I guess.
Yeah.
And
IRL.
Admittedly, it is just a little weird that someone's LARPing the Nazis, someone's LARPing the Viet Cong, someone's LARPing innocent civilians in
Soviets.
Operation Desert Storm in the Iraq War. But I mean, I guess if
Arrest
you're
Dick
having
Cheney.
fun, then I don't know.
Arrest Dick Cheney.
Speaking of Dick, before we end out the podcast, I want to talk about the tragedy that happened on YouTube the other day. It was Speed. Did you see that, Luke?
No, what?
Do you know?
I Show Speed.
I'm aware of his existence.
So-
He's no longer
tangentially.
named I Show Speed. He's named I Show
Meat.
I Show Meat.
Why?
So he was streaming Five Nights at Freddy's, and he got scared, and he jumped out of his chair, started jumping up and down, and his dick popped out
Like on
What?
stream.
on stream. He's just jumping
On
up and
accident?
down.
It's
like,
everyone
I'll
says
be
on accident,
Some
but he's.
people say for accident. Other people say like, no, the 100%.
But also,
intentional.
he's
I
not
feel like it
just-
was an accident.
I don't think he's not
How do
jumping
you
up and
pop
down.
off so
He's
bad
like
that
humping
your
the
dick
screen.
falls
He
out?
always does that though.
He's literally humping the camera with his little his
It was,
boxers.
Chica, wasn't it? I think it was Chica.
God, what a
Anyways,
nightmare.
I mean, yeah, you just get a few frames of just.
We're talking like shaft tip balls the whole
No
packet.
balls, but you see
Just
shaft,
shaft.
and tip.
You see pretty significant shaft.
Mm.
But
Well, I wish him the best.
I saw he did. He was playing Roblox today, and he got really mad because people are just. I guess Roblox has like open mic now, so people are just going. I show me. Like, all right, guys.
You can also upload pictures to Roblox now, so everyone's Roblox avatar was just a picture of his cock. No, I made that up.
Oh,
But that would be really
That
that'd be
would
really funny,
happen.
actually.
That would happen,
That would be pretty
100%.
funny. But yeah, you know.
It's like how Kim Kardashian's son was playing Roblox, and someone on Roblox shows
I
him
forgot about
the
this.
sex tape of
Oh god, that's
her
horrible.
and Ray J.
That's awful.
And she's like, and he's like, "Mom, check this out." He's like 4.
I remember she went on like
Oh.
national TV and called him out, didn't she?
called out
Yeah,
her
she was
son?
like,
No,
why can a
Roblox.
4-year-old be exposed to fucking pornography?
Just look up your name, it
Roblox.
pops up.
Roblox seems so weird. That's like the
like
the Wild
Roblox.
West to me. It's like
Every time
Anything
I
could
played Roblox,
fucking
I
happen
never
on
had
there.
like an experience like that, you know?
mm.
I just
Well-
never feel like I'm unlocking the potential of Roblox when I play it. you
Yeah.
know?
Don't even have Robux.
I guess not.
Mm.
Yeah, you gotta buy the magical spear.
All right, guys, should we switch back? I think I hear. Yep. No, I see. Well, I wouldn't hear it because we're in space. So
Yeah, it's kind of
I'm
travel
seeing
space.
a rescue pod with a spare fuel cell.
Hell yeah.
Out the port. Should we assume our original positions here?
No, we're already in it.
Yeah, no,
I
actually,
think-
I'm just gonna head to the escape pod. Actually, I think.
I'm out of here
I'm just
because
gonna
that's
leave.
probably for the best because you're gonna drain the fuel cell with the sexiness
Yeah.
again, and that's and then we're gonna have to do another podcast, and that's just a little too consistent for our tastes, I think.
Well, actually, are you assuming the role of captain now, Pete?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Well, so
Captain
has
Pete.
to go down with the ship.
This was not diplomatically.
Well, I don't want to end the podcast, so I feel like that's only fitting. I'd go down with
All
something.
right, that makes sense. All right, so then I guess Luke and I are out of here.
I still got to talk about my SummerSlam experience. And,
You can talk about your
Escape
SummerSlam
pod.
while we played Taps.
all right. So Tribal Warfare fucking sucked. The Rock didn't show up. Like, it was rumored. Not even Rikishi showed up. Like, none of the Tribal Chief. They actually didn't stick to the shift of it. The main gimmick was that other Tribal family members couldn't interfere in the match, but it was like 2 minutes in. Sokola hit Jay, and then Jimmy showed back up and super kicked Jay, which it should have been thrown out at that point, and then therefore Jay should have been the world champion now. But yeah,
Let's go golfing.
So Jay
Let's go golfing.
in storyline recently. So
Let's
people
go
are
golfing.
like, yo, what if he shows up on AEW or Impact now? That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, and then also
Should we
at
get to the
SummerSlam,
escape pod? Do you think?
Cody Rhodes and
I
Brock
think he's
Lesnar had a fight. That was
gesturing
really
for us
good.
to come over, actually.
But the problem with
Trying
that
to
was
engage the
it wasn't-
launch.
you couldn't use weapons, but Cody obviously used a steel.
Yep.
No, we
The
could
steel
I think we
stairs to hit
head
Brock
out, I think.
Lesnar, which like should have also been a DQ.
You good to go down with the ship?
I'm not done talking.
I think he's good.
So then the Slim Jim Battle Royale was good. You know, Omos got a couple good eliminations, which I am in Homo Sapien, which is pretty cool. And LA Knight did win, which is pretty exciting. I still don't know what the Slim Jim Battle Royale gets you, to be honest. It's a Slim Jim Battle Royale, and you don't even get a Slim Jim trophy. But the cool thing is, in the press conference with LA Knight was, people are like, yo, is Slim Jim just put out a commercial and you're the head guy? And he was like, yeah, I time traveled. And through that, I actually knew I was going to win the Slim Jim Battle Royale. So the point of that is really cool because now it's in the WWE universe that you can time travel.